Yeah.
Wait, what happened to your furniture? I think you got.
I had to keep it, and then when I actually got married, then I took it, and then it's the bed that I'm sleeping on now. It's the microwave that I'm using. That's the stove that I'm using. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode from Strategica channel. If you are new to our channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. And guys, please remember to leave comments in the comment section down below so that we can address some of the questions that you might have relating to this particular video, or if there's anything that you'd like us to address in general, even if it's not addressed in this video. I think today what we'll be talking about is something that I've actually found to be of quite importance recently. I think the big question that everyone wants answered is whether you want to rent or whether you want to own a house. And we'll be discussing such matters with Mokhanso, who works with us here at Strategica. She's actually a financial analyst, and she is the lady behind all the great work that we've been seeing in terms of managing our social media accounts and the research that we put out there. So Mokhanso, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So we can also, are you there on your socials? She's single. So whoever's interested.
I'm hardly on the social.
All right. Okay, so without wasting further time, guys, so we are going to discuss this. So today she has a few questions for me that someone who is actually starting out in their career would actually want answered when it comes to owning a house, whether it's best for me to buy early on in my career, or whether it's best for me to stay out renting, or whether to invest. So we are going to be discussing a few issues, and I hope that you will enjoy.
Right. Okay. So the first question, I have them written down here. The first question is, right, so for someone like myself, right, I just started working, right, and now have an income, but I'm still living at home, right? So some of my friends have moved out, they're living on their own and stuff like that, right? So would you advise me or someone like me to move out or stay at home and live rent-free?
Okay, I think then the question I would ask you is, are you moving out because you want to, or because your friends have moved out?
Because I want to.
Are you sure? Okay, so let's assume she really wants to move out. So I think for me, I never moved out. From my own personal experience, I never moved out of home. Partly because one, when I started working, I think I could afford to move out. But I think for me, one of the big things that our parents always say, how low wana o batla o lo dula o le mong. So because I think I had the conversation so many times that I want to move out, I know finisher, and I took it and I bought it and I came home and it was there.
You brought it home?
Yes, it was in boxes. Because now I wanted to move out, but she didn't understand why I wanted to move out. But I think for me, I wanted to move out because I'm a very independent person. So I needed my own space and I wanted to do my own thing. But so because I was like, okay, fine, let me not, bother her with this. Then fine, I won't move out. But I had a bed, I had stuff, I had the microwave, I had all the basic things that you need. Yeah, like you need, the first thing you need, I had a stove, I had a microwave, I had the basic things that you need when you move out. And the reason why I was moving on was because I needed my independence. But I think the biggest things that we need to consider to actually decide, can you afford it? One, and affording is, do you afford the rent? Do you afford to get the new furniture? And also, are you able to handle that life of being by yourself? Because if the electricity runs out and it's the 15th, you have to sort yourself out. You
have
know,
to be an adult.
you have to be an adult. So if I'm living at home, even if the electricity runs out on the 15th, and I know I had bought the electricity by the 30th, it's very easy for me to say, I don't have money. May, can you please buy, electricity for us? So for me, it is the biggest issue is affordability, whether you can actually afford to move out. And the second one is the utility that you derive out of moving out.
Right.
Do you get it? Some people would really need to move out, and for them moving out gives them the peace of mind instead of actually staying at home. So it's affordability, it's about the peace of mind, and it's about whether you want to go out. Like for some people it's because I actually want to go out, and now my parents won't open the door at me. For me, in the early mornings, if I come back at 4 a.m. and no one wants to open the doors for me. So some people move out so we move out for different reasons. But for me, I think from a financial point of view is whether I can afford this, what it means to me, the value that I derive out of actually moving out. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to your furniture? I think you got...
I had to keep it, and then when I actually got married, then I took it, and then it's the bed that I'm sleeping on now, it's the microwave that I'm using, it's the stove that I'm using. Because now my mother was like, hell no, and I had paid for everything. Because I was set straight that I'm moving out. So I went out and I actually labored. No, I labored because, if you labor, you actually don't pay back interest. So I labored, finished, and I paid it over 6 months. So I was sure, I was on a plan that after 6 months, I'm moving out.
Wow. What are the benefits and costs of renting?
Okay, so if I'm renting, so the benefit of renting is whatever rental amount that you pay, that is all that you're liable to pay to your landlord, besides your groceries and everything else, but you'll be eating and paying electricity and everything else even if you're still at home. So the benefit is that you just have to pay that. And when it comes to monthly maintenance of the property or of the rented room or property or house, is that whenever there are any issues, you contact the landlord, and the landlord is liable on the other hand to actually make sure that things are fixed. If there's something wrong with the lock, if there's something wrong with the window, the landlord is always responsible for that. So for you as a person or as a tenant, it means you have peace of mind in terms of knowing that whenever there's any issue in the house, I know that my landlord will take care of it. So for you, it gives you peace of mind in that sense, and you know that your expenses in terms of renting out this property or this house is actually limited within this particular rental amount that you'll be giving out on a monthly basis. So for me, I think the benefit of it is that you don't have the stress of actually having to maintain or take care of the house, having to call the plumber, having to call the electrician, the locksmith, this and that, so all of that, the stress gets handed over to the landlord, and all you have to do is just to make sure that you make your monthly rental payments.